Okay, we probably are live.
Hello, hello, hello. If we are
We are
live
live on YouTube.
and you guys are in the room, go ahead and I'm getting ready to load it on going live from my perspective on my Facebook group. So you guys can join us live on YouTube and get a different perspective. You get to see both of us live. Tonight we are in the lab, and we are talking about big vision. We are talking about small action, and we're talking about real results. If you're interested in getting involved and listening in, this is Elevate to Activate. This is where entrepreneurs come together and we figure out how we can serve our community. We are all about that, and it's myself. I am 1/3 of P2A, and Miss Shanitha Johnson is 1/3 of P2A, and we have also one more person who is a part of E2A, and he is not here tonight. So we're gonna let him introduce himself when he comes back to the table. But tonight you have the two of us. We represent 2/3, and we are going to make it happen right now. So join us tonight from Elevate to Activate, and let me just get ready. You ready, Shanitha?
I am. Let's.
All right.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. You can jump on YouTube right now. Go to Elevate to Activate and get the full streaming experience. Right now, you only have my perspective, but you will hear Shanitha in the background, and we are going to definitely talk about this. And our other person is Dante. He's not here tonight, but we hope to get him back at some point soon. Anyway, so tonight, what are we talking about tonight?
We are talking about big vision, small actions, and real results.
Yes.
So excited for tonight's topic, y'all.
Yes, me too.
It is a time. It's time.
It
Ready to
is.
jump in?
I am. So over the last 3 weeks, if you've been following us, and if you haven't, you can go back and you can go into YouTube and get the history on it. But over the last 3 weeks, we've done some stuff, and you've done some stuff. If you are following us, then you've done some stuff, and we're talking to you right there. You right there. I see you. Anyway, you've done some things and they've been very important. You've started thinking just a little bit differently, right? You've identified what your value is to the marketplace, okay? And you've taken some action. Now, we've actually spoken to some people that have been a part of this thing, and so we know that you are doing those things, right?
Right.
And now we just need to refine something that controls all of the results at the end of the day, because a lot of times those results are not, you can't really see them right away. So we want to put some defining moments on these results. Here's the thing. The standard you're operating from is very important, but because your actions are only as powerful as the vision behind them, is very, very critical that we talk about the standard you're operating from. So
that right there, because your actions are only as powerful as the vision behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes.
So right now, I know a lot of you right now, are you probably doing the work, you're having the conversations, you sending the emails, whatever you may be doing, trying to figure things out. And the results feel very slow. You like, well, I'm doing everything I'm told, but why don't I feel the growth? And it's usually tied to one thing.
Yeah.
And that is the goal itself being too small. Too small. What do you think about that, Teresa? I mean,
there's a concept out there, and we've talked about it before, months and months and months ago. It feels like a million moons ago. We talked about it. It's called 10x is easier. And believe this or not, 10x is easier than 2x. So if you want to 10 times your business, just know that having the mindset of a 10xer is much easier than the mindset of a 2xer. There's actually a book out there that you should get if you haven't read it. It breaks it all down. But here's the thing. When you aim for small growth, you try to do more, right? You make more effort. You're always doing more tasks, taking up more time. And when you aim for 10x, your focused thinking is different. It's a different forced thinking. you will be thinking about how to make this big goal happen instead of dealing with the minutia. You start
Yeah.
asking questions that actually matter, right? And your thinking goes broader. So I don't think in 2x. I
Mm.
think in 10, 20, 30x, because I
Yeah,
believe that if anybody can do it, I can do it too. That's what I
for
believe.
sure. For sure.
And you Shanitha, where you at?
Yeah, for sure. And as you may or may not know, small thinking creates a lot of noise in your mind because
Yeah.
you're trying everything. You
Yep.
want to stay busy, all the to-do list, and
Yep.
you still feel stuck, right? Bigger thinking creates focus. When I say laser focus,
Mm.
because you're eliminating what does not matter and you
Yep.
prioritize what moves the results in your life.
Yeah. We
It is a
talking to
different
ourselves.
yeah, it is a different way of thinking, y'all. It's a different way of thinking. So, man, how do people get stuck, Teresa, when you think about this? How are they getting stuck here?
Well, here's the real challenge. It's a challenge because people here think bigger and then
Mm,
but then they stay anchored to their current situation because they don't want to mess anything up or lose anything
yeah.
or lose some friends or whatever is holding you back. They don't want to do that. So it's just like, I just need one more client. That's all. I just need one more client. Let that
Yeah, right?
go. I just need to figure this thing out first before I get started. You know how we do. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. No, that's not the deal. That's not the deal. Shanitha, what is the deal, honey? What
The
is the deal?
thing is, when we think like that, our actions themselves stay small. And
Mhm.
when actions stay small, the results they become inconsistent, right?
Right,
Because there's no alignment between where you want to go and what
right,
you're doing on the daily. And
right.
that gap is what slows everything down. So where's the shift at for them, Teresa?
It has to come with, there's an alignment shift that, so we're going to tighten this thing up. And we're just going to give you some of that. Big results, they don't come from random effort at all. It is
No.
not just a guess, and it's not just a guess at best. Mine says a lot of that. It's a guess at best. No, it's
Right.
not. In this case, it is not just a guess or a guess at best. They come from aligned repetition. So a lot of times it's
Mhm.
boring. A lot of times it's a whole lot to deal with. A lot of times you got to repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And what else do we have to do?
Man,
I know you can chime in on that.
yeah, and just think with this start this question in your mind. Think about it. If everything worked, what would
Right,
it look like at 10x?
right.
Like, let me say it again, because that question, oh my, it gets you excited. I mean,
Yeah,
wow. If everything worked out,
right.
what would it look like at 10x?
Good
Don't be safe
question.
about it. Don't be modest. Don't be not comfortable, but have clarity on what it'll look like if you 10x whatever you're doing. Oh
Right.
my God. Like, wow. I mean,
But let me
wow,
tell you, here's the
Teresa.
critical part. Here's the critical part. Here's the critical part. You don't match big goals and big actions. You match with them. You don't
Mm,
just match them. It's focused, repeatable actions. You match
ugh.
them with that focused, repeatable actions. That's what you
That's
match.
definitely a gem because, say, for instance, if your goal is to, I want to have clients on a regular, then
Ooh,
the real driver behind that is daily conversations, being able
mhm.
to problem solve, and most importantly, the power to follow up.
Right,
Like that is the real driver, and that's all it is. That's it. And
right.
so then what happens for them
So,
then?
so instead of doing more, right? Instead of doing more, you do the right things more consistently. So that
Mm,
means you got to get up and you've got to do those things more consistently. Like sometimes we feel like if we're only doing it, we do it like 100 times, that's enough. No, it's not. It is not.
right.
It's a shift in thinking. It's not doing more. It's doing the right things more consistently. And I know this. Listen, I could be talking to myself 100 times because
Right.
a lot of times we get caught up with the shiny object syndrome where we start trying this and trying that and trying
Yes.
this. You need to make sure that the things you're doing the right things and you're doing them more consistently and they're repetitive and they're boring and you just got to do them, right? And
Yeah.
the fun comes when you see the results. That's when you start to feel, the energy and the
Mhm.
fun with all of this. So
What did Russell Brunson say? Do a webinar for a year, every
a
week
year,
for a year?
every year, every week for a year. And then he
Every
says you will never have to work like you
come
were
on.
working right now ever again in life. So you see us every week, right?
Y'all hear that? Yeah, you listen. Okay.
Listen, here's the thing. You got to give us some. Let me interrupt for a second.
Okay.
Shanika.
Okay.
We need for you in order to improve, and it's like anything else. We're here to serve. That's why we're here, right? We are real business women doing real entrepreneurial stuff. I'm not going to
Yes.
use no profanity, but real stuff.
Yeah.
And we're out here every single day. I mean, starting at early in the morning till right now at night, till whenever we get
Later.
done at night. Sometimes even later
Mhm.
than that, And the thing is that your feedback, if you're hearing this, I'm talking to you. If you're hearing it and it means something, give the feedback. Why do you want to give the feedback? Because it's just only going to improve. That's how we improve and make sure that the message is meeting your needs if we're
Yes.
giving you the right information. Because there's a spectrum of information and we could be here all day. We're giving you
Mm.
stuff that we know is profoundly important, but maybe that's not where you are.
Mm.
Maybe it's to step back a little bit and clarify some things for you so you can get to the next step. But you
That's
know,
great, Teresa. That's thank you for sharing. I mean, that's so needed. You never know.
Mhm.
But where people actually break down the most here when they hear about thinking bigger and having bigger goals is that they change direction way too fast.
Right.
And I that was me. Okay.
Mm,
We would try something one time and then, oh, it didn't work for me. I tried it, right? And then we switch.
mm,
And then we reset. And then
mhm.
all that momentum that we thought was building
Goes away.
never gets built.
Right. And that's so critical. You cannot build a
Mm.
business with that behavior.
Mindset.
No,
Mhm.
and the behavior's got to change.
Yeah.
The mindset's important, but the behavior's got to change. You have got to continuously do the right things over and over and over again. And there's small things that you do, not big, fantastic
Yes.
things. It's not the next shiny object. So execution requires stability. So it's this stable presence, doing it over and over and over again. You need to pick the right action, repeat it, track it, track it. Let me say it again.
Track
Track
it.
it. Make sure it's working and let those results compound over and over again, right, Shanita?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. So let's bring this to a reality to make it
Mm,
palatable for you, like right now. So
mm,
drop in the chat, what is your 10x goal? Like, be clear and be specific. My 10x goal is what? Like,
mhm.
let us know. And then
Let me
what's the
tell you what
second
mine
one?
is. 300
Mm-hmm.
million, period,
Oh,
in
oh,
sales.
I love it.
What's
300
your
million.
10x goal? Mine's 300 million.
Mine's per month. Mine's per month is 100 and if I well 10x it, if I 10x it,
Mm,
that's 800,000 per month if I 10x it.
mm. Yes, I
Okay.
mean, and how does that feel?
Yeah.
Try it on.
It
Try it
feels
on.
adventurous.
It,
I know it's hard. I know it's work, but it feels like, wow.
three
Yeah.
hundred million for me is so the most real estate transactions are about 3% of
Mhm.
300 million. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can figure that out. Everybody can figure that out. And it's just what it is.
Right.
You have to think bigger and your mind will start to, y'all know this, right?
You
Y'all
be
know this.
creative. Like,
Yes. No, your mind is working. It's working in the background. So before you go to sleep, write it down. What's your 10x goal? Write it down. Put it
that's
in the
so
chat.
good.
What's your 10x goal? Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Keep it clear and keep it specific. And then the second thing that you need to do is what is your repeatable action that's producing this result
Yes.
on a daily basis? What is that? What is
Mm.
that? That see, you don't get to. I saw somebody had some FU money on the when they're real or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
like, you don't get to that unless you understand what this is.
Yes. All right. Yes.
You do not get to that. So my repeatable action is starting 3 conversations a day. A day.
Sure.
Now, my notes say a week, but no, 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 no.
A
Three
day.
conversations a day. It would be real weak of me to do 3 conversations a week. Like
Come
there's not
on.
168 hours in a week where I
Yes.
mean, come on now. 3 conversations a day, starting those
Mm.
conversations where we can actually know, like, and trust, get to know each other, get to like each other, get to trust each other. That piece.
Okay. That's a whole different live right there. We can go deep on that.
That really
But
deep. The
yeah.
big vision though it sets the direction. And this weekend we had on Saturday we had a brunch with the team, and it was all about setting the sail. So it's the same kind of language. Big vision sets direction. And execution creates results. When you start to get those results, consistency and that connects to those things together, right? So let me just say that again. Consistency connects those two things, making them, this for that helps
Powerful.
create the results. Shanitha,
Yeah, powerful.
yeah,
This week is simple for you all. Like,
yeah.
just think about your 10x goal and define the direction,
Mm,
choose your action, and
yeah,
repeat it.
right.
Wash, rinse, and repeat. And do not
Right.
overthink it. Keep it very simple.
Right. Keep it simple because that's what we tend to do. We tend to
Yeah.
start overthinking,
Overanalyze.
overfeeling, overanalyzing. Wait a minute. What's so and so going to think about this?
Mm,
I'm going to tell y'all something. Start not caring.
that part.
You cannot.
That.
Most people are not thinking about you or me or what we doing. Really, what they thinking about are themselves and what you can do for me if I
Mm-hmm.
have a problem or a need or a service. That's really what the deal is. They're not really thinking about you or me. So forget it.
Okay.
Forget what they thinking and focus on your what you need to do. So
Yes, yes.
next week, we are going to build on this. We're going to build on this and bring you some additional information. And like I said, if you're not here right now, like if you didn't see parts 1, 2, and 3, then go back to YouTube, Elevate
Mm-hmm.
to Activate, and go and watch it and see if it doesn't make sense, more sense for you once you go back and kind of, get to the beginning and bring it on through. Our lives are very small. They're not long. They're not
Yep.
they're not this big old grandiose thing. It's really real pointed information so that you can get what you need and then get out of here, go on doing the next thing, right? We want to get to whatever's coming next in our day, like our time is.
Yeah.
So we're not trying to waste your time or waste my time. So
Nope.
we focus on improving results and increasing efficiency. That's the bottom line. And
Mm-hmm.
we're going to see you next Monday, y'all. What you got, Shanitha?
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you
Yep.
enjoyed this video. We want to hear your 10x goal at the bottom, and we read all the comments. So make sure you are engaging with us, subscribe to the channel. If you're watching from YouTube, we have a Facebook community called Elevate to Activate. We are
Yep.
more active on there. You can see us day to day. If you're on Facebook, join us on YouTube. Same channel names and everything, Elevate to Activate. Other than that, we will see you Monday around the same time every week.
Same
Y'all gonna see us for
place.
the other week every Monday for the next 365 days. It's 365? Yeah, 365.
Yes. Yeah. 365 days. Yeah. So we will
Yeah,
see y'all next week. We hope this has been informative.
for sure.
Right now I'm talking to the Facebook people. We hope it's been informative. Again, you can
Mhm.
go to YouTube, go to Elevate.